Toasty evening, 89 degrees in San Antonio, Texas. We are at Toyota Field, the Switchbacks of Colorado Springs in town to take on San Antonio FC. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Tyler Denning, Hayden Partain, and we are coming down the home stretch here of the regular season. 5 matches left to play and still plenty left to contest for this SAFC team.
Yeah, the boys are trying to find a way to get first place here, not only in the Western Conference, but overall in the USL Championship.
Yeah, you take a look at as things stand right now, SAFC atop the board, 64 points with 5 matches left to play. San Diego on their tail, but as you just mentioned, they can not only clinch the West, but they could take the overall and play at home throughout.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's great. San Antonio also have a game in hand, but, you know, again, you want to get points as they come each game.
3 of those 5 matches left in the season are against teams that SAFC will play. You see some of the opponents that they will have. What do you expect down the stretch?
No, it's going to be a great dress rehearsal going into playoffs. You know, fortunately, San Antonio has a lot of games at home here on the backstretch of the season. So if they're going to be finishing either first in the Western Conference or first overall, they're going to want to be familiar with playing at home.
And when you mention playing at home, this has been a place that they have been very comfortable. Going into the last match, it had been 18-0-1, that last draw against New Mexico. Very comfortable here at Toyota.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. They had a record where they scored first. They won, but undefeated. The record at home obviously speaks for itself. And just look at that goal differential, plus 18 and 7 shutouts at home with a great defense and Jordan Farr in goal.
Would expect to see contrast in styles tonight between these two teams.
I mean, I think you can see SAFC playing their style. They're going to high press. They're going to be very direct and want to get on goal really quickly. And then, you know, Colorado, they're going to try to implement their style on San Antonio. We saw, you know, the coach of Colorado Rapids, you know, maybe making some comments that San Antonio don't play the best of football. But, you know, if they're finding ways to win, I mean, really, who cares about the style?
Yeah, some spicy talk. We will get into that when we come back. Starting lineups, opening kickoff when we come back to Toyota Field here in San Antonio.
I think, you know, Alan Marcinez just wanting to find a way to get a win and keep guys fresh.
So you see right there, Alan Marcina in his 3rd season, 3rd straight postseason he will have guided this team to. And we mentioned a contrast in styles. Brendan Burke talked of his team. They like to play a free-flowing style, and no secret, SAFC likes to get a little physical.
Yeah, it's an exciting thing to see. think the fans here at Toyota Field love the tackles, love the challenges made by the SAFC team this season.
SAFC in all black. Switchbacks of Colorado Springs, the white tops with the blue accents. Yeah, we had mentioned talking spicy. Brendan Burke, the head coach for the Switchbacks, he had said of SAFC, they're efficient. Not a very good soccer team. That was the quote, but efficient. Says they're big, fast, and physical, and they grind. So some definite billboard material.
Yeah, we'll see how the game goes, but I know for sure that the guys on SAFC probably reading that, and it's only going to fuel the fire even more. So we'll see how that pays off.
Matt Mahoney, number 5, their captain, also backed that up. Speaking of the first meeting on the season, in which SAFC 1-0 were victorious, said that SAFC got out a little lucky, that they had gotten lucky with that own goal, but figures if his team can match SAFC's physicality, keep the ball on the ground, move it around, that they have a good chance tonight. Christian Herrera in goal for the visitors. Mentioned third in the West, 16, 11, and 3, 51 points. Part of a Texas two-step last match against Rio Grande Valley FC, the Toros winning that 1-0. Could have clinched a spot in the playoffs with a victory there. Form over the last 5, 3 victories prior to 2 losses. Ball deep in the corner. First whistle of the evening.
And that's what SAFC wants. They want Shannon Gomez to get high there. You can see Christian Prano receives the ball underneath and does what he does best. Takes on players, invites challenges and or beats them. So we've got a dangerous set piece now here for Abuda to serve in.
Here's Gomez, tied for second on the team with 5 assists. So for a set piece, what do you want to see here?
I mean, most of the time they're going to look for Tainter on the back stick, so we'll see. I think whipping a ball in here between the back line and the goalkeeper is great, but it looks like it just was short a little bit.
Still an opportunity. That one sent high off the ricochet. PC with the right foot. Souvenir for the time being.
Yeah, I don't know if he's aiming for the Jumbotron over there or what with his weak foot.
Aiming for the parking lot. One more look.
Yeah, just short on the set piece. You don't really want to hit the front defender.
Turnover while we were in the replay, and opportunity here. Ball bouncing around. Good leave, left foot, nice save by Herrera.
Was that ugly soccer? I don't know. That was pretty. I don't know. That was pretty good there.
You're talking spicy now.
That was pretty good. Great back heel from Bailone. Great awareness for PC. Just wanted to put it on the ground with his instep, and it's a great save at the end of the day for a corner kick.
Maybe if he split the difference between the 2 attempts that we've seen, we'd be talking about first goal. It said in the open 18-0-1. That is the record for SAFC when they score first. Team very good on minimal rest. 8-0-1 with less than 4 days. Their last match, the home team coming 3 days ago. A corner kick dispelled. It's been all possession for SAFC thus far.
This is where SAFC does really well. Not only are they dangerous on set pieces, but they find a way to recirculate and keep the ball active.
Interesting. Whistle there after contact prior to that. That one going against SAFC.
Spilone taking a seat. It's not what you want to see in the first 5 minutes.
It's hot out tonight. Seems to be. All right, we'll take a look at what happened. Bailoni has scored the team's last 2 goals, 54th against New Mexico and in the 30th against San Diego. That last contest, 1-1 draw on September 17th. With the team atop the Western Conference and a chance to finish atop the USL Championship table for the regular season. Well, we knew physicality would be a key word, and it seems as if Switchbacks are coming out and playing their own brand of physical football.
Yeah, Perano's not the biggest player either, so any contact in the back is going to be enough for a foul there. You can see the ref not having it with kicking the ball away after the whistle's blown, so we'll see if that's done again. I think it's going to be a quick yellow card.
Jordan Varr laces that completely down the pitch. Starting keep for SAFC.
It's well won by Kamiri, the first challenge.
Ball deep into the corner for Bailoni. Will be Switchback's ball.
I think Bailoni felt that there was a touch off the defender there. The ref sure in his decision.
So Herrera will boot it out. SAFC leading this series all time. 6 wins, 3 losses, 4 ties between the two. They've dominated as of recent, winning the last 4 consecutive and 4 of the last 6. The other 2 in those 6 were draws. The last victory for the Switchbacks came back all the way in 2019. Boy, was that a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
Think of everything that's changed since then taking place. Some good back and forth football. Ball's on the ground. SAFC moving forward. No numbers, lots of white jerseys back there. That ball headed up and into the arms of Herrera.
That was a great piece of play. Passing and moving. Connor Maloney and Abu starting it off with a little simple 1-2 in the middle of the park.
Yeah, March 23rd, 2019. Colorado Springs last victory, 1-0. Teams were supposed to get together earlier in the season here in San Antonio. Match was postponed. Supposed to be on May 21st.
That's interesting. He came back here just for speaking with the tackle that was made on PC late. Definitely know that Alan Marcina and the staff were not happy about that decision. Could be an easy yellow card on a late challenge like that, but play went on and for advantage.
Possession heavily in favor of SAFC thus far. Good tip on that ball in the midfield. Tristan Hodge, number 55 in white, was the defender. As his team tries to build forward. Another whistle. Words exchanged. Mentioned Matt Mahoney. He one of those players talking about the first contest, felt as if they gave it away. SAFC getting lucky. Comes over to aid his teammate who's down on the pitch, grasping his right ankle. It looked like Sebastian Anderson.
Yeah, you can see PC's going to make a challenge, and Echeverria just kind of cuts him out of the play. He's not truly playing the ball there. believe that was a foul that was called, but Mahoney coming in, trying to defend his teammates. That's one thing I will say. When you're wearing the captain's armband, you get a little more leeway on coming to speak. So, you know, there's no fault in that, but just arguments. Obviously, both teams are going to be opinionated for their own side. But it was an easy foul. Echeverria just simply didn't play the ball.
Yeah, here we are, just crossed the 10-minute mark and already had a little bit of chippiness.
It's good. You love good competition, especially the physicality. I mean, SAFC invite that. They do it every game, whether other teams are going to do it or not.
They have definitely done that well here at home. Contact, another whistle. Tainer coming up with the head. Coach Marcina, moderately perplexed. Hearing a lot of whistles so far tonight. Great interception. That ball in the air. Deflects it again. Good working.
Shannon Gomez might not be the biggest player, but he'll play big. And just reading that switch ball. SAFC finding a way to force Colorado Springs backwards again in their play.
Another turnover for the visitors, but reciprocated for SAFC. Mentioned plenty to play for both of these teams. SAFC trying to secure that #1 spot, 4 points. So a victory here would really help with 4 left match-wise in this regular season after tonight's match is concluded. Switchbacks well within the playoffs. Get to that at halftime across both sides, the West and East, who secured, who is not. East, very much clearer picture than the West. Battle of styles early on. Who are you seeing winning thus far?
I mean, I think the SAFC's kind of imposed their game a little more on Colorado Springs, but you can see they're connecting passes here to create a chance on goal.
Really the first opportunity we've seen that SAFC has to defend.
Yeah, that's a great ball.
Michi Galina.
There needs to be runners there in the box. It's a fantastic ball in a dangerous area.
From the Congo is Galina, but no support on a ball that was fluttering close to the ground. Some pace on it. Opportunity for Colorado Springs to reset. Bring some more players up.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous area. You see something of the sort of whipping the ball in. You want to drop it right between the PK spot and the 6-yard box towards the back post. Have your players crash the box.
And there is a card. Wanting none of it. That chippiness going on.
Looks like Erdman. Little tussle. Mahoney's trying to make himself known. Maybe makes the most of that.
Well put. So the card goes up. Referee sensing the physicality. Maybe trying to wrestle control back a little bit. Dennis Erdman, number 31, will get the card.
Yeah, as a defender, that's not a card you want to get early in the game.
That right into the paws of Farr. 12 clean sheets on the season, 18-5-3 is SAFC when Farr is minding the net against New Mexico. The first goal he had allowed in 3 matches. Had 3 saves in the first meeting between these two teams. the one-time USL Player of the Month. It's been a huge part of what this team has done successfully. We'll talk about that halftime as well. MVPs of the season for this team that is already secured to go into the postseason and hopefully go deeper than they did last year. No love lost in that interaction. Connor Maloney offered the hand to Galena. Said, "I'll pass." Good clearance ball. As the action is moved more towards the Switchbacks' half of the field. Over this last 4 or 5 minutes.
It's really well done from Pirano to keep the ball at his foot, retain possession.
3 or 4 defenders for Colorado Springs around any black jersey when they've gotten even just the slightest bit of space.
Yeah, ideally, if you win the ball on one side, I don't care what style you're playing, you try to find the other side as quick as possible, because that's going to cause the defensive team to have to shift. Then you can either pick to attack, you know, if there's empty gaps in the defense, or just recirculate the ball again and be patient with it.
It was a nice job earlier in this sequence. Mitchell Tainer diving in front of that ball, glancing it with the head to gain his team possession, but turned over, so Switchbacks trying to build another whistle.
It's interesting. Ref let him play early on in the game, and now it's tit for tat. But I don't think really any of these small fouls in the middle of the park are going to be dangerous. Definitely affects the play, though. Ever since the yellow card, there's been softer calls made for both sides.
Even going back to the one interaction where you had talked about Mahoney coming down and had been vocal, felt like officiating maybe got a little tighter and wanted to say, we're going to clean this up a little bit. Beautiful touch. Move out, Abu does.
All 3 players for SAFC in the middle of the park are left-footed.
Another collision, couple more bodies to the pitch. Another whistle.
Is he trying to take his flag or fix it?
I don't know what was going on there, trying to help him secure the flag on. I think we were both perplexed as to.
I don't know, those flags are super snazzy now. They have like buttons on them and stuff that sends a wave to the tackle on Collier. I think both just took a knock a little bit.
Yeah, not sure what the help was. Erdman, who had received the yellow card earlier, maybe trying to get back in the good graces. Tristan Hodge was the player down for the Switchbacks. Back up. First half action. Coming down the home stretch in this regular season. Hot night. Less than 4 days rest. SAFC in action on the 17th, today the 20th, but Maloney felt like the gang was buzzing, he said, to get back in action. And happy with that draw in their last match, 1-1 contest against New Mexico.
Yeah, in the last handful of games, any team that's going to be going to the playoffs, you want to be in good form. You want to be performing well as a team and making sure everyone's sharp and fit and healthy. Mahoney, like any true competitor, is excited to play a team maybe that sits higher in the table and to get a result as well.
This SAFC team has already made history. Club record for wins and points in a single season. Previous best was 18 wins, 32 points back in 2017. Right now the mark, 64 points, 20 wins. Alan Marcina continues to build on his success. 3 years in, 3 times in the playoffs. Would you say the team's gotten better each year?
Yeah, I think so. I think Marcina, he's always known his style. I think he's made a couple modifications, whether it's based on personnel or just what he thinks is more effective. And yeah, I think each and every year, even as much as I want to say 2020 year when I was here, we had a good side, but I think this team right here that we're watching, it's not by accident that they're sitting in the table where they're at now. They're consistent and they're deep, right? You know, any player that's stepped on the field, whatever position, there's multiple players that have been to some degree a utility player, have stepped up and performed, and they find results even when someone's, you know, absent due to injury or just rotation of the squad. So yeah, I think Alan's done really well here in his 3rd season back as a head coach here in San Antonio.
So you'd say consistency, depth, those are two really the big standouts for this group?
Yeah, that's what I would say. You know, you've got even a couple young bucks coming up from the academy that have stepped up and played roles that maybe they're not the primary roles or the main roles, but supporting roles that have helped push this team to where they are.
Yeah, I thought interesting when you compare that to the comments of visiting coach Burke of saying, this team's efficient, they're a good team, but not a very good soccer team. But I think the proof is in the pudding when you look at the table and you don't rocket to the top the way they have, SAFC, not being pretty good at not just being a good team.
Right, yeah, and I mean, when I was a player, I loved the ball at my feet. You know, sometimes that's great and the game looks pretty, but ultimately it's a game of soccer. And, you know, you can't say that the soccer's poor just because the style is different. But, yeah, if they're effective, they're effective.
Another whistle. Looks like we may have our 2nd yellow card.
Yeah, Kamiri just stepping in to win the ball with a head. I'll have to see a replay for what contact was made. Yeah,
Sir Kamiri.
Yeah, just going through the back shoulder there. I think he's pleading it's 1, not a foul, and 2, that it's his first foul. But it's going to be a yellow card for Kamiri now. Center back on both sides have a yellow card, have to be smart about the challenges they make in the remainder of the game.
It was a smart move, too, by Kamiri. You saw he took himself out. There was a little emotion. He threw off the wristband, took a moment to gather himself. Then he walked back in for some clarification.
Yeah, I think any defender, especially when you get a card in the first 25 minutes, it's a bit frustrating because you can't really defend the rest of the game the way you would like. Can't be overly aggressive. You've got to really hold your feet and be smart about the challenges that you make.
It was Carlton Belmar that was down, one of 5 starting midfielders for Colorado Springs this evening. So yellow cards on both sides. Kamiri for SAFC, Erdman for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
Yeah, he's really calling everything now. I mean, didn't even let that play pan out, really. There's just a little bump into the back of Shannon Gomez, and he's already on the whistle.
Yeah, I loved your point. Felt like early on, official may let him go a little bit, but felt as if things had maybe crossed over and wanted to wrestle control of the match back into his hands. Whistle. A little more active. Crowd getting into it now.
You can see initially Switchbacks want to play out of the back, and just starting positions from SAFC, they're going to hit it long. And SAFC's been really good at winning the first and second ball.
Yeah, Mahoney, the captain for the Switchbacks, had said we want to keep the ball on the ground. Crowd didn't like that one. Nice heel back. Maloney to bounce the ball off of Edwards.
Yeah, that's a great piece of play from Bellona, even getting the shirt pulled, little acrobatic flick on, and little heel pass to knock it off.
So another corner coming in. 26th minute. There initially, ball bounces out, deflected off the defense.
Found PC's feet and trying to put a shot on goal through traffic.
Fans wanted it. Looks like the fans will get it. The ball high, serviced in. Christian Herrera collected it, but went out of bounds.
To be honest, I'm a bit confused why he even caught the ball. He could have just let it gone out for a goal kick. There's no true pressure on him either.
And he was clearly out of bounds. I mean, that was good 3 feet. Low service ball. That deflected, beautiful save. Diving to his right, Herrera. That had a chance. PC nearly with the first of the contest.
Yeah, wow, that was a great save from Herrera. Great technical volley from PC off the inside of his left foot. For someone that doesn't usually find the back of the net, he's really knocking on the door tonight.
Another opportunity from the corner. Bounces off the back of the defender. He's just playing the man, not the ball. Possession eventually to SAFC, albeit momentarily. Deep to the corner, throw-in coming for the Switchbacks. So a couple of juicy minutes for the home team, but 0-0 things remain. That was a beautiful play.
Yeah, it was. That was, I think that was a little set piece from the training ground. Bood drives it at the PK spot, and PC comes around for the volley. Great save at the end of the day, though, by Herrera.
Bailoni nearly, put another one in, another whistle coming. PC with that captain's band on. Been very active so far.
Here's another set piece for the Switchbacks to defend. Abu with the left foot. I can definitely see him pinging this one back stick. Finding the likes of Kamari or Tainter.
Going a little too long. So the ball will be at the foot of Herrera. Intensity has stepped up. Team plus 24 in goal differential on the season. 47 scored, 23 allowed. Eighth team in USL Championship history with 20 wins, 4 wins shy away from the record. So mentioned history already being made, a club record for wins and points, but an opportunity were they to win 4 of the 5. Could set the record for single season victories. "12-match unbeaten streak here at home. Half an hour gone in the first half. Some numbers moving forward. Nice piece of footwork to get by the defender. And another whistle.
Yeah, it's good run. Good pick off of the pass for PC, and Collier's trying to cut back on his favorite left foot there. Just gets caught up under his feet and commits the foul after losing possession.
Put the crossover on Matt Mahoney. That one good for the pitch, good for the hardwood too.
That's for sure. Let's see, I mean, from the chances we've seen, San Antonio's created more. Colorado had that one great cross that no one could get on the end of it. But other than that, nothing really truly created. Finding a hard time building the ball out of the back and into their attacking half.
Possession definitely favoring SAFC, albeit sometimes the possession of the ball is 30, 40 feet in the air.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, one thing I will say is that the style that SAFC plays too, it can be a misconception of what the possession stats look like. I think you'll be surprised because they're trying to be so quick with it. Although we're in this half, there's a lot of times that they're not truly on the ball, but
so it doesn't show on the clock, doesn't show on the stats.
Exactly.
That's a great point. But still, you know, within the context of the game, dictating.
Yeah. It's also a stat that I love to see the stat when it's in what portion of the field, because I mean, like a San Diego, for instance, where they're very, you know, side to side. They're trying to pull a team apart, you know, through possession. They have a lot of possession in the back, right? Well, to Allen, I can guarantee you, he doesn't care about that, right? Who cares? What is that doing?
Right. Yeah, there's possession, and good possession for the style that you want to play as well. And to your point, stylistically, San Antonio FC winning the battle thus far and dictating the pace of the game. But what matters, 0-0.
Yeah,
another corner.
You want to put the ball in the back of net when you're doing well in those minutes, because you know the game can sway back to another side, and if you didn't capitalize when you were playing well, you had good streams of play and opportunities that can come to haunt you. And I think that's happened a few times here with SAFC.
I was waiting for the whistle on that. Thought much would be in line with what we've seen thus far. A little bit of a flail in the air. It was looked like a swimming dive.
Yeah, but full extension of the arms, that's going to get called a lot.
Stepping through, had a window. Decided to go for goal. Pirano, but just wide.
Yeah, good little combination play with Collier, and then strikes just wide of the front post. That's what you want to see, though. You want to see shots taken, opportunities created, whether they're half opportunities or good ones.
Yeah, and maybe at this point, too, you talk about playing sequence of matches in a couple days, fitness, stamina, fatigue. Herrera had left it and just quickly turned over by the Switchbacks, while staying down in this half of the field for SAFC.
Yeah, we'll say though, SAFC's pressure has been good. Colorado really haven't, I really truly think, played their way into this game just yet. They've gotten one passage of play on this right side where they had 3 or 4 passes connected and a great cross, but that's about it. Anything more than 3 passes has been rare.
And really just the one ball that was at the face of Farr, who saw it well away. This ball trying to connect, keeping it alive. Beautiful hustle. PC will dig deep into the corner. Ball bouncing around. There's another shot, bounces off Herrera. Still in play. Trying to get something to show for their efforts thus far. Great hustle, great sequence for SAFC.
And that all started from a hustle play. All from PC finding a way to save this. Little knockback to Connor, and I think Connor hits a little too hard of a pass, and PC finds a way to save it. And then great strike from Pirano. Unfortunate for where it knocked down for Bayalone. Couldn't get another chance, but really well done from SAFC. They feed off of that. Their pressure, their hustle, and physicality, it feeds everything else in their style of play.
It was a great look from our camera too. You want to know what this means to this team? Here's a team first in the West that's clinched the playoffs. Could easily say, well, you know, let's save our bodies. PC, he slides across the pitch, out of bounds, gets up, and the look of grit on his face to chase that ball down. Like your point about the habits and the form. You don't want to just rest on your laurels with all the hard work that you've done. You want to go into the playoffs and be playing your best ball.
That's true. We were talking in the pregame about the NBA, how it's such a difficult league, right?
Yeah.
You know, you want to finish in a good spot going into playoffs, but ultimately you lose first series. I mean, it's a failing season to some degree. So these teams want to go into playoffs in good form and be able to find their way to the USL Championship final.
Yeah, and that really, you watch the evolution of this team, this program under Coach Marcina. That will be the expectation heading into these playoffs. It's not good enough to just make it there anymore. Opportunity for the Switchbacks. Farr coming across, tapped and kicked out. Farr was well out, but his defense picks him up.
Yeah, it's a great save from Collier. I think Jordan Farr was a bit ambitious on coming out and got caught in no man's land. Collier not only on the attacking side trying to make things happen, but helping out on defense as well.
Yeah, it looked like Elvis Amo, the leading goal scorer for the Switchbacks, was there. Had Collier not been in the way for what would have been an easy tap in. Counter back the other way. 5 defenders back, but some space to operate in.
And that's a fantastic ball from Gomez. I think if Collier or Bailone just have a committed run forward towards the goal, it's going to be an easy tap in.
Yeah, couldn't really tell there if they were playing it as if Gomez was going for goal or they thought they should get into the action. Nice ball in, but just could not connect properly.
And Mitch Tainters had success tonight, stepping through, reading and picking off the passes to feet to the strikers of the Switchbacks, and puts in a great ball to Pirano, who could just not get the right touch on it.
It was a great find. Speedy Pirano working into that space. Tough angle.
Yeah, I think at that angle, you just gotta hope that you have another striker making a run in the box and you can hit it back across.
It's been really all San Antonio in this first half. But on the scoreboard, still 0-0.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a really choppy half, though. You know, I wouldn't truly say that one side's completely dominating over the other, although SAFC definitely has an edge.
Your eye much more trained than I when it comes to evaluating such. Shots and the shots on goal in favor of San Antonio. Can either team find something with first half dwindling down in a very important match for both teams? San Antonio trying to continue to solidify their spot atop the Western Conference and potentially put themselves atop the USL Championship table. Switchbacks trying to secure their spot in the playoffs. Teams first and third respectively in the West. Big gap though, 64 points to 51.
Prado just always seizes to amaze me. It's as if the ball is glued to his foot. Find a way to take players on in the corner and get that cross in, just not to find anyone on the end of it.
It's the boots. He's got special boots, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Are those Nikes? I'm an Adidas guy. Might need to get a pair of those in my Sunday league matches.
There you go. Bailoni secured it. SAFC able to work to their back line and now moving forward. Trying to find space up the right. Defense there to slam it out of bounds. Throw in coming.
I think Pirano's really enjoying himself though. He's getting a lot of time on the ball. Getting to run at players like so again.
Cross coming. That might have been a shot.
Nico Hernandez of SAFC, not on the pitch right now, but scored a goal from that same exact area earlier this season. I think it was just a missed cross from Gomez at the end of the day.
And high over the crossbar, but had some zip on it. Ball looked like it bounced off a Switchbacks player, and indeed confirmed what my eyes saw. So throw in coming. Had a pretty solid push in the back. Michael Edwards. Bailoni on the turf. Edwards seemed as if dive was motion, but doesn't matter what he thinks or what we think. The whistle was blown and opportunity for SAFC here.
Yeah, unfortunately for defenders, when you put your hands on the back, you know, it's usually a call for the attacker, but whether it's right or wrong, it's what's going to be made.
Abu with the service ball. Defense pushes it out. This one into the box. Herrera is contacted, so the whistle will blow, and the goalkeeper will have the ball. Carter Manley was in. The offender in that
I'll be honest,
instance.
and I spoke to Dan about this a few games ago. I don't ever understand the overprotection for goalkeepers. They're the only player that gets to use their hands. The guys, Carter's jump, competing for the ball with his head. You know, I mean, watching that replay, it is a foul. He made contact with the player, didn't make contact with the ball, but it's always as if they get extra protection. I don't really understand that.
Yeah, I agree with you in terms of especially 50-50 balls. You got to give them a chance. Wow, SFC nearly had a great chance there. They had a man alone, but a yellow card is coming, so whistle to stop the play. The ball was turned over. Had it been chipped over the head of the defender, could be talking about the first goal, but Michael Edwards, so after being warned for the push in the back.
Yeah, just extremely late on the header. Didn't make any contact, just through the back of Collier.
1 minute of stoppage time.
Simple call for the referee there.
Minute added. Close out this first half. That ball trickling past the out of bounds line, and Herrera key it in.
Oh, you gotta love that.
A younger fan was commenting on
That was great.
maybe a reaction. It's been a physical first half. Seen a lot of contested balls in the air, a lot of chippiness between these two squads. No love lost, mentioned coming in. Some great TV fodder talk between head coaches, players, regarding first meeting and styles of play and what is good soccer, quote unquote. Leave that to the numbers and the table as whistle blows on the first half. 0-0. Wasn't for lack of opportunity. SFC had plenty. So we will come back, talk about MVPs for the season thus far as we head down the home stretch. 4 matches after this one. 0-0 at halftime between the Switchbacks of Colorado Springs and San Antonio FC. Come on back to break this one down thus far. Welcome back to San Antonio Toyota Field. San Antonio FC 0, Colorado Springs Switchback 0 in a very physical first half. Thanks for staying with us. Tyler Denning, Hayden Partain. We talked about there are 5 matches, including this one, left in the regular season. A San Antonio team that is atop the Western Conference. They have a chance to finish atop the USL Championship League, and you have a couple MVPs thus far for this season.
Yeah, two defenders. Well, one's a goalkeeper. Obviously, Jordan Farr having a stellar season this year, being big in goal. He's a great shot stopper. Saved a PK last week. 12 clean sheets, the most in club history. I mean, you can't not be up for MVP with those kind of numbers. You see here with a one-hand grab. He's just been a great leader in the back, not only in goal, but also, you know, communicating with his defenders in front of him to help him with those clean sheets. And, you know, I go to mention Mitch Tainter. He's had a stellar season as well, not only on the defensive side, but also on the attacking side. He's really been able to recognize times to step in and also be super dangerous on set pieces. You see that nice volley there coming in on the back stick. And, you know, these two guys really just have led the team throughout the season from the back. And SAFC have great numbers. You know, Tanner leads the team in interceptions and blocks. SAFC's defense has just helped everything. If you minimize the goals that you're getting scored on against, it's really easy to put less pressure on your front runners for goals to be scored and win games.
It's a team that's already made history club record for wins and points. We will talk about the first half of this one that stands 0-0 when we come back. So a 0-0 contest. It has been physical thus far between the team that is top the table and the team that is third, San Antonio and Colorado Springs in the Western Conference. Tyler Didden, Hayden Partain, and we knew that this would be a contrast in styles between these two teams. What did you see in the first half?
I saw a lot of broken play, if I'm honest. I saw a lot of cheapiness, but there were chances in it still. You can see Pirano taking players on, inviting challenges, and you know, SAFC had the better of the chances, but really, you know, the passage of play through both teams hasn't been complete. You can just see a lot of tackles in the middle of the park. Only 3 yellow cards though. You see that one. Connor Maloney took to the chest. Great. I mean, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of challenges being made. Both teams are competing, that's for sure. And Kamiri going through the back there with Belmar. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that either team really has played beautiful soccer in the first half, but, you know, both teams are evenly matched and they're competing. They're finding ways to win the ball, whether it's pretty or not.
Let's take a look at the stats brought to you. Those 5 corner kicks as well. Feels as if it may come off a corner kick. What do you see? What do you want to see in the second half?
Yeah, I would like to see, you know, Colorado actually play their style of play. I think SAFC did a really good job of disrupting that in the build, but also would like to see SAFC actually capitalize on one of the chances that they've created. I think either team that scores first. I think it's going to be interesting. There might be changes. I don't know if Colorado will just sit in or if they're going to try to play the game out the way they would like. But I think it's going to be an interesting second half for sure.
It's been a good one thus far. Implications for both teams. We will talk about the bigger picture within the USL Championship table when we come back to a beautiful Well, you try to get a ring when you're playing through the regular season, and somebody got one in the stands, dropping down a happy engagement. Congratulations to that young couple. That's what SAFC and all these other teams in the USL Championship League are going for this season. The East field is set, but in the West, there are still 5 spots up in the air. So positioning, very important. What teams will be in there as well. SAFC looking to clinch the West #1. Their magic number is 4 points. So 3 tonight could go a long way. And RGV FC taking control of their playoff destiny. They're on a tear, winning 5 of their last 6 matches, currently 7th place. In the West, couple of games that finished on Sunday. Sacramento Republic 4-0 over Orange County, and El Paso 3-2 over LA Galaxy. A couple more that will have implications within the races. That Phoenix Rising against Monterey Bay, and then Rio Grande Valley FC. SAFC back in action Saturday at 7:30 against Sacramento, but we will be back in action for the second half. A lot to determine in this one. 0-0, things stand. Come back for the second half. Welcome back to SAFC Soccer, brought to you by Toyota. Go to buyatoyota.com or visit your local Toyota dealer today. Tyler Denning, Hayden Partain, this match number 5 left in the regular season, so 4.5 counting this half to be played. A lot to be determined. Number 1 seed in the Western Conference is available for SAFC's taking. Can clinch with 4 more points, currently 64. That is a club record. Colorado Springs looking to book their spot in the playoffs. They're currently 3rd in the Western Conference with 51 points. Also in play, the overall USL point total for the regular season, which would give SAFC the ability to play at home throughout. So a lot of important things left for this half of football and the 4 matches left in the regular season. Showed you stats, talked about how time of possession may be a little misleading. It is in favor of Colorado Springs, but overall, corners in favor of SAFC. This number 6. I had prognosticated that the goal would come off of a corner. See if I'm right. But in a battle of styles, you do feel as if San Antonio is dictating the way that they want the match to be played?
Yeah, for sure. I think they've disrupted the Switchbacks' ability to build. You know, you can see here they want to play short. We'll see if they have to hit it long. They do. And, you know, SAFC collects it, but you can see there they win the second ball, and that's really the big thing. SAFC's been really good about winning the second ball. That's going to give you more chances to go forward.
It's a switchback team that wants to keep the ball on the ground, link passes, build forward. They will have their first corner of the match. Haven't seen a switchbacks player really with a lot of space and opportunity to maneuver thus far tonight. Had a couple of opportunities. There's an important clearance by Collier earlier on. Ball that Farr had gone to. This one off the head. That ball bouncing around, and wow. SAFC getting lucky on the bounce. That just going wide.
Yeah, that wicked deflection there gave Farr no chance. He was just fortunate enough to see it go wide of the right post. That's why you shoot. You know, there's a lot of players that try to get an open shot, take a shot. It can take a deflection, and you'll never know. It might go in the back of the net.
Talk about it in hockey. Pucks on net. Just put that thing there, and who knows what can happen. The ball was blown and quickly trying to reinitiate play. That one was rocketed off of, looked like either the back or the elbow of Collier.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to stop the quick switch and take a simple yellow for that.
Erdman, who does have 1 yellow, is one that put the ball in play. Some physical jockeying for possession. It's controlled by the switchbacks. There's a push. Perano, the defender on the play, and Kristen Hodge to the ground. So a couple of opportunities off of set pieces. Here early in the second half, Sebastian Anderson with the service ball. Ball on the ground. Healed out. Nice roll forward. One black jersey against 5.
Yeah, the strikers of SAFC in defense couldn't get up quick enough. PC dribbling and pushing Connor Maloney on through. Shannon Gomez finding a way to step in again. SAFC has done a really good job of that all of tonight.
Moving into space, into the heart of the defense does have an opportunity to collect themselves and gather back. Ball nicked in. Pirano will agitate the defender enough to keep possession for his team.
Yeah, looked like he took a little of a knee on that challenge, but you know he's super skillful and shifty. Cuts back on his favorite left foot, trying to find Bologna there.
Trying to just turn around with the ball in possession, but offered a seat on the pitch.
Yeah, he pulled out the wrong club on that one.
SAFC has been a really good early second half team. Their goal breakdown from minutes 46 to 60. 10 of their goals have come in that time across the course of the season thus far. So good coming out of the locker room. Whistle will go against Carter Manley. I don't think he has much of a case there. That was right in front of us.
No, he doesn't. It's really unnecessary, to be honest. The first touch from Belmar is off his chest into outer space, and he's going through the back of him at half field. It's just, there's no need for it.
Erdman once again. Quickly collected by San Antonio. Call your positioning. Looked like both players breakdancing.
Yeah. Just going through the back. Really well done from Balone on the initial challenge, but Collier gets the positioning and just going through the back and draws a foul. I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's a foul. I'll be honest. I think both players are competing for the ball and they're on the ground. It's kind of like
they both put themselves
a dangerous
there, yeah.
situation, and the ref just ends up calling it to get them out of it.
That ball was up in the air and redirected towards Herrera, but easily able to collect. Out of bounds. Throw incoming for the Switchbacks. Quickly initiated. Seen a lot more of the Switchback style, how they said they want to play in the opening minutes of this second half. Another whistle.
Yeah, I think the ref called the foul, but he didn't see the flailing hand there. That, you know, if we maybe had VAR, could be a second yellow. But Bailone is surely feeling it in the face.
Michael Edwards, number 34, he's been on the other side of ref's whistle. That's just,
yeah.
They're both.
Yeah, I mean, it's a foul. The call was correct. Bailone pulls a shirt here and feels the hand to the ear, and there is contact. I don't know how hard it was, but I don't know. When you get hit on the ear, though, I will say it's like,
oh yeah,
it sounds loud.
Yeah, it's sensitive. It does not feel good,
especially when it's the ball. That's happened to me a few times, and
disorienting.
Yeah,
as well.
you just your ears ring, and but
yeah,
I don't know if that was that there's much force on that.
Start running towards the wrong goal. That ball served all the way down far there, quickly throws it out. So SAFC trying to build forward. Forces the turnover. Gomez trying to navigate between two defenders. And this will draw another yellow card. Being waved to number 55 in white, Tristan Hodge.
Yeah, you can see right before the challenge, Chenan Gomez looks for the pass, plays it inside, and gets taken out by one player, and the other defender takes the ball.
SAFC, just 2 goals over the last 2 matches. Prior to that, it was at Oakland, a win in which they scored 2. Their wins on the season, they've won 13 times by 1, 5 times by 2. They have not won by 3 or 4, but they've won by 5 and 6, 1 time each. Yet to lose a match in which they have scored 20, 0, and 4. So as simple as it seems to say, the key to victory is scoring.
Scoring and defending. I mean, if you score, like with the defense that SAFC has had throughout the season, because we've had some, interchange here just due to injuries. But they're getting the job done at the back, so it makes it a little less pressure on the strikers finishing. Having 1 goal can be enough for this team to get a win.
Switchbacks trying to find the net. That one sailing over the crossbar. Talking injuries for this team. They are missing a couple significant pieces. Michael Edwards, Jimmy Ockford. Ockford hurt in the last match and was sent home. Edwards was hurt in the last match and is playing in this one. Called his name number quite a few times, but health so important too as you gear up for your postseason run.
Yeah, that last play, you can see Belmar had a great first touch. Just ball didn't fall enough for him to keep it underneath the crossbar.
Hustling to try to get there. Takes the risk and takes the ball. Nice piece of defending.
That was a great recovery run from Maloney, because he was split there. He was beat on that pass initially. A timely challenge there in the 18-yard box.
What's that decision for a defender when you say, hey, I'm gonna go for this?
I don't know, if you feel like you can get to the ball, go for it full force. If you're kind of, on the edge about that, hold your feet and just try to make it difficult for whatever the attacker's trying to do. You don't want a simple, stupid foul, though.
Flag up. So in a sequence that has been dictated by the Switchbacks, some pressure alleviated at least momentarily after flag goes up. Second half. It's felt more Colorado Springs. But the field does not matter as long as the scoreboard still says 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, this half it's still been choppy as well, just like the first half. A lot of stoppages, a lot of fouls, a lot of out of bounds.
Ooh.
It's a great run and good look by Balone, just cut out.
Another close one, just Little bit of contact by Loney.
Yeah, just takes a touch by him and clips him on the heels. For all that rolling around, you'd think he'd now walking fine. You can tell the rolling around's wanting to draw the yellow card. You can see by Loney there telling him to be quiet.
Tristan Hodge, number 55 in white. Erdman came down, number 31, to have words with the official. Erdman already with 1 yellow card. Both defenders for respective teams with yellow cards. Could that play a factor? Having to watch themselves. Pirano. You can see the amount of defenders back every time. SAFC trying to move forward. It's usually a 2-to-1 white to black jersey ratio. And the attacking third. There's another whistle in the same spot. Collier, the player on the pitch this time.
Yeah, and it looks as if he's holding his neck. Looked like he had played a pass into Pirano, and the challenge was after he got rid of the ball. Yeah, just a little arm to the throat when he's trying to continue his run.
You've used the word a couple times, disjointed. How challenging is it for a player when the match just has that herky-jerky nature?
Yeah, I mean, I hated games like that, I'll be honest. You want to be on the ball, you want to complete your passes, feel like you're all, you know, as a unit, whether you're on offense or defense, and your positioning's right. I haven't really seen that from either team, and I think that could be a big reason why like finishes haven't gone in the back of the net. It's a little bit disjointed.
Opportunity off the set piece. Good curler sent in by Abu, but no corresponding black jersey there to receive it. He will handle the throw-in duties. I think we'll have our first substitution of the match coming from the side of the Switchbacks. As Michael Edwards mentioned, battling an injury from last match, but obviously good enough to go, will sit down. Macaulay King will come in his stead.
Yeah, Edwards also sitting on a yellow card. I don't know if that played a factor in it either. But ideally, you don't make changes to your back line in the run of a game.
Pirano opportunity! That looked like it'd be upper net for Christian Pirano and the first goal of the match, but just a little too high. Herrera was diving for it, but a great look.
It's a great combination play between Collier and Pirano. We've seen a little bit of that tonight, and just he's got to keep his chest down over that and keep it under the bar. Looked like he was looking for that front post, upper 90, but just couldn't keep it down. Maybe could even look for the Dinnerin bend in the back post. Noah Dinnerin's not on the field tonight, and I feel like SAFC on the attacking side maybe is missing that a bit with his tenacity and killer instinct in front of goal. Yeah.
Samuel Dinnerin, the leading goal scorer for this team, 9 on the season, leads the team in shots on goal. But Pirano had a beauty of a chance there. I think it coalesced perfectly into the point that you were making about a disjointed game and making it that much more challenging for attackers or any player when they get an opportunity. Ball out of bounds, throw in for San Antonio. This and 2 more matches at home guaranteed in the regular season. Mentioned Saturday the 24th against Sacramento. Then on the road at Pittsburgh, at Birmingham. Then October 15th. Closing out the regular season against Orange County. For a team potential to have the best point record in the league and a chance with 4 more points to secure first place in the West. 3 tonight would go a long way. Also there with the player on the ground, Echeverria, exchanging words with Pirano. What move do you call it when you just sit on the ball?
I don't know. I would stand in front of the ball as well. You want to slow down the quick play, but I don't know if there's a real name for it. Maybe just delaying the game.
Numbers here, 4-on-4. Choosing to go at it alone. Not really one of the only attacks that we've seen that it was even numbers. Collier tried it with the right foot.
Yeah, it looked as if the ball was just under his feet. Couldn't get a real good strike on it. To be honest, I don't know if it was a shot or a cross. Just the end product for either team just hasn't been there tonight.
Herrera will organize his squad. Ball finally lands, possession for the Switchbacks. Need a ladder to play in this one tonight.
Yeah, I think I just witnessed 7 headers in the last 15 seconds.
It's been an aerial display. Pirano pushing forward, beautiful lead, one-on-one with the keeper. Flag was up. It was close, but it looked like a golden scoring opportunity. But offsides was calling.
It's a great idea from Pirano there. I think the timing was just a bit off there to be offside, but I'd like to see a strike from there. There's a lot of traffic, a low-driven ball or something on target, like we spoke about earlier. It can take a deflection. I almost put Jordan Farr on the wrong side earlier.
Tested far there, playing the ball back with some pace.
Yeah, that I know that ball was just cleared out of bounds, but that was not an easy ball to deal with first time.
That was moving on the ground.
It's bouncing, and he did well with that.
So after another whistle, have another sub. First of the evening for SAFC.
Entering match for SA.
Collier will sit down.
27, Jack Lynn.
Jack Lynn coming in.
He's making his second appearance, being on loan from Orlando City.
How about the effort from Collier tonight?
I think he put in a shift. I think there's great combination play between him and Pirano. I think Pirano coming in late this season, kind of getting a little more familiar with his teammates.
Fans like it. The official right in front of the Switchbacks bench presenting a yellow card.
Yeah, looks as if it was one of the assistant coaches maybe chirping a bit too much for the ref's liking.
A little too verbal. The officials. No whistle there, play on. Is that right in front of the visitor bench? Quickly thrown in. So what effect can the fresh legs of Lynn up front? Some grappling with that ball in the air. And the whistle for the Switchbacks.
And the Switchbacks have done better on the second balls. I think I touched upon that earlier. When you've got a game that's choppy, there's a lot of long balls in the air. When you get that win that second ball, that knockdown, and get your foot on the ball and then able to play, that's what creates more opportunities to go in on goal and continue to move the ball forward. I think Switchbacks have done a better job of that, winning those second balls in the second half here.
It's shown in the opportunities. This one had my car window written all over it, right? Not for that wall.
I park on that side on purpose.
Fans feeling it? Just over 70 minutes in the books, 0-0. Lynn just inserted into the match, putting his footprint on it in his early minutes. Another corner coming.
And that's what I'm talking about, second balls. You know, Bailone did a really good job of winning that header and flicking it on, and then Lynn just competed for that second ball, gets a corner out of it.
I want to look good here tonight. I'm coming in as a sub myself. I've been saying corner. I feel like it's coming off the corner. Can SAFC get one? Deflected down. I'm pushing it. Just wide.
You gotta like not believe it for a second, and it's gonna happen. I was talking to one player that always trying to score, and Kamira gets up here. Pretty free too, to be honest. I think if his movement wasn't backwards and he was running onto that, I think he could have gotten a little more power towards goal. But back to my point, talking to a player, you know, when you're really trying to score, like you want to score, it usually doesn't happen. You know, when you just kind of play the game, play what's in front of you, and let things happen organically, it's oddly enough that's when you score.
I just got to take the phrase corner out of
yeah,
my
you're just
mind.
like, you know.
That was a decent opportunity. The header from the defender just connected in what would have served the ball in perfect space for SAFC moving forward. So now a little action for the home team. Mentioned so good here at home. Undefeated. So good on short rest. Yet to having lost a match in which they've scored. Haven't lost a match in which they've scored first. 13 times, winning by 1 goal. Feels like one would be enough for either team tonight, though we have seen crazier things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see if we're getting to the record of corner kicks for a single game, because there's been a lot for SFC tonight.
This one good. Service, knocked down onto the ground, and the whistle blows. So you just felt with the number of corner kicks and the opportunities and such a physical team that this San Antonio group is, that opportunities were going to be there.
Yeah, and it was oddly enough to the back stick where Tainter wasn't, headed back across, and then Tainter on the volley, and it just takes a flailing hand to stop the ball.
Now we have a player flailing down on the ground, and another card up. But yeah, that pretty definitive. Not sure if that ball gets through or not, but the defender, Amo, was in the way. It was the left arm that knocked it down. Officials trying to sort all this out.
Well, while we were looking at the replay, it looked like a Switchbacks player was trying to kick up the PK spot to put the kicker off. That can play a big factor. If there's a hole in the PK spot and you're taking a shot out of it, you know, it can change things, but it looked like trying to disguisingly tear up the PK spot to put PC off. on his PK shot.
A little gamesmanship to Erdman right there in the ear of the official, but with PC right there as well. You see that spot?
Yeah, you can see he's compacting the sod back down.
Christian Herrera being told to head back. PC an opportunity here. 74th minute. Save initially, PC off the rebound, and there is the goal.
Very well done by PC. Missing the PK initially, but the composure to take the touch, pass it in the back of the net. It's a great save from Herrera. He keeps his feet on the ground, and PC went for power down the middle. You always gotta like that. A putback. Now that goal goes on the score sheet, not as a PK, as a goal in the run of play. But you hit it with power and conviction. You know, you give yourself a chance there.
So am I good enough to say that it came off the corner?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you didn't say anything on that corner, and I said something. So I told you, you just needed to let it be for a second.
So 76th minute, PC. And that has been absolutely huge for this team. Had mentioned all the superlatives. 18-0-1 when scoring first. Yet to lose a match in which they've scored. And the pressure from the opportunities from the corner leads to penalty kick after the handball on Amo that earned the yellow card. And 1-0 in favor of SAFC. Looking for those 4 points to lock up the Western Conference win tonight would be huge. Far, that ball ricocheted off one of his teammates, dives to the ground to protect.
PC was trying to get on the score sheet early in this game. He's able to finally finish that one.
There was a substitution for the Switchbacks. Second they've utilized in the match thus far. Get you the numbers as soon as we know them. It happened quickly after the goal. Belmar sat down. Aaron Wheeler came in his spot. Another substitution. Managila will sit down. And Lindley will come in.
Yeah, former SAFC player stepping on the field. You know, he's gonna want to have a good night against his former club.
It's been a good night thus far for San Antonio FC. Already know that they will be in the playoffs. Would love to know that they don't have to travel at all throughout. Could they wrap things up? 4 matches left after this one. 4 points, the magic number, guaranteed home field to the potential USL Championship final. 3 of the 5 matches left versus teams that could finish ahead of SAFC. We broke down the East for you at halftime. All of those spots already solidified, but 5 still at stake in the West, so movement could happen. The win tonight will really put San Antonio in a great position to build on what has already been a historic season for this club. He missed it. There was a proposal at halftime.
On my bathroom break?
Yes.
Wow.
And
did she say yes?
yes.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I've seen those.
It's a risky move.
I've seen those before, and
a no in a one-on-one is.
But I will say, I'm like, you know, sometimes when they say no, was that whole thing like staged? to be entertainment, because I've seen those at big sporting events
doing it for social media.
We got even more fans than we've got here tonight, and yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, it looked like a happy couple that hopefully can go home and enjoy not only an engagement but a victory as well.
Yeah, 3 points would be nice.
So break down for me, because I had said, you know, one couple getting a ring, but SAFC obviously with aspirations to get some hardware themselves. What will it be that they need to clean up? Is there something that SAFC can improve on that could potentially be an Achilles heel for them as they seek out success?
Yeah, I would say the one thing throughout the course of the season is just being clinical in front of goal. When you get your chances, finish them, because that has come back to haunt them sometimes, and they're chasing late in the game for a tie when they could have been up all along. I think defensively they've been pretty consistent, but I would just say that, yeah, just find a way to finish a higher percentage of the chances created, because there's not a lack of chances.
This team has obviously proven too that they are so good when protecting the lead, when getting the lead, but getting that lead imperative. Trying to protect it right now, are they, as that ball was bouncing around, but nothing true threatening nature against Far.
Yeah, and in playoffs, it's totally different than the regular season. You know, you can have streaks and whatnot throughout the season, but the only USL Championship team that's really proven to be a playoff team so far, although they're not the highest in the table, is Sac Republic in the Open Cup. You know, the Open Cup is the same structure as the playoffs, right? It's a championship match, basically every match, win or go home, and they've found a way to, you know, upset a lot of MLS teams. So to some degree, that's a team that you need to be aware of going into playoffs, and SAFC are going to get to play against them this coming weekend.
Yeah, Saturday, 7:30 here at Toyota Field. They'll get an opportunity, really tune up and use it as a measuring stick, and also put to test that stellar home record. And were the result to hold tonight, that would have implications. Could they secure a point to wrap up the overall 1 seed in the West?
Really good footwork from Lindley there.
Building forward, good ball onto the foot of his teammate. Just tapped out of bounds. Was Amo up front, leading goal scorer for this team coming into this match. Haji Berry, their leading goal scorer on the season, 16 goals. 8 assists, was not on the personnel list this evening. Pirano will sit down. Another substitution for SAFC. Nicky Hernandez will come in. Good match for Pirano.
Yeah, really good match. He was always a handful for the back line of the Switchbacks. Trying to create chances. I know that he loves to get goals and assists, but at the end of the day, put in a good shift on both sides of the ball. And now we've got a fresh Nicky Hernandez stepping on the pitch who can do some damage himself.
Interesting section of the pitch there as to what to do with the ball. Difficult to play it back to your keeper, but deciding to go off the head. And
yeah, I think Kamiri is worried about the knockdown. There was a switchback player approaching him, and if he just headed it back downfield, maybe could have trapped it.
Switchbacks, I think, believe there was contact down low. Hernandez racing to try to get to this ball, but you saw the arms up of about 4 players in white on that corner service. Thought as if there was something to warrant a whistle.
Yeah, maybe a possible handball. Let's see. Yeah, it comes off the stomach of Hernandez first, and then hits his lower tricep, maybe elbow area.
What's your preference when you're up like this 1-0, is it to drop back, play defense, or do you continue to be aggressive and try to get up 2?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, it doesn't really matter if you get up 2 or not, but I would say play the same style. You still want to be...
Opportunity here, great save by Farr. That could have been the equalizer, and Farr proving his merit. Big reason why you said MVP, one of them for this team this season.
Yeah, you can see Cam Lindley streaking through the defense unmarked. Just couldn't get enough on it to put it past Farr. Great save at the end of the day. Held his feet, made himself big, and yeah, that's a big time save to keep SAFC in front. But to answer your question, you know, to not change the style of your play, and you know SAFC, they kind of have an in-your-face way that they defend. If you drop off, it's only going to give the opposition more time on the ball, and for a team that wants to be on the ball, while we watch these arguments as Bahona receives a yellow card, I would say that's how I would end it. You know, if I was a coach, I would want my team to end it that way.
So a yellow card issued. Maloney gets it in the 85th minute after Lindley had an amazing opportunity that Farr trying to register his 13th clean sheet of the season.
And what a way it would have been for Lindley to come back to Toyota Field and score on his former club. And what seemed to be his, maybe even his first or second touch in the game. Actually, his first touch, he megged PC. So there have been 2 good first 2 touches in the game.
Grappling to gain control. Left foot is deflected, but right to the boot of a teammate left. Clear opportunity for the shot, but well into the stands over the crossbar.
Yeah, and other than that Lindley chance, I mean, all the switchbacks chances have been at least 20 yards out. I think Manley maybe caught an arm to the face in that last little scuffle there where he made the block on the shot. Really well defended.
Let's take you back here to the 76th minute. It's after a corner kick that led to a handball yellow card on Amo PC after a defender digs up some turf off of the goalkeeper Herrera, but then scores on the rebound.
It's fortunate the way it landed on the rebound, but it was good by PC to follow it up after a PK that he probably would have wanted to hit a little better. And the power gave him that second chance to put it on goal.
PC was knocking on the door. We saw a couple opportunities off of set pieces and corner kicks as well. Probably the best scoring opportunities for San Antonio prior to him netting what has been the lone goal of the contest. Does it remain that way as we're into the 88th?
Looks like I just got a shout out. I think that's my buddy Jacob out there.
Well, shout out to Jacob. Your fan favorite.
I guess so. He's a goalkeeper himself, so I'm sure it's Jordan Farr. But I'll take a close second. That's cool.
Farr, USL Player of the Month in April. On September 13th, he was named to the USL Team of the Week. 3rd time of the season he'd been honored as such. Tied for the most clean sheets in the USL. Tied for the club record with shutouts in a single season with 12. Started his career as an emergency loan for the 2021 postseason. And signed in the offseason, started from the 4th match on this year and has not looked back. I think back to last year and how SAFC went into the playoffs and having such a stalwart back in goal to lose. Cardoni and have Farr step in and do what he's done. Really been impressive.
Yeah, it has. He stepped up in a big type of way last season and got himself a contract here, and he's been really good between the sticks all season.
Four minutes of stoppage coming, so 4 points was the magic number heading into this one for San Antonio to wrap up the #1 seed in the Western Conference. Can they protect this and add a crucial 3 and move that magic number down to 1 to guarantee home field to the potential USL Championship final? Also make their case for highest point scoring total in the league. May not have been the prettiest thus far, but effective as it has been all year. We talked about bulletin board material. Prior to this, Brendan Burke, the head coach for the Switchbacks, saying of this SAFC team, they're efficient, good team, not a very good soccer team. Big, fast, physical, said they grind. Safe to say that this match has been a grinder.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a grappling match.
A lot of bodies on the pitch, a lot of contact, a lot of whistles, physical play. 2.5 minutes for what would be win number 21. Continue to build on the club record for wins in the regular season.
He almost did it. He almost hit it over the stadium.
That was
really close.
Higher than the awning right here in front of us in the press box, which has been very gracious tonight to the players. With that sun that was beaming down prior to the start of the match, setting towards the west. It was hot earlier. I feel like maybe some precipitation earlier. It was down on the pitch and collected on the side, so a little bit of water. Did it rain earlier?
I don't know, they watered the pitch, but it might have.
A little muddy on the side, but maybe just collection. Great job by Farr, spotting that ball from very deep and moving through the traffic, making the grab.
Let's see if he takes a shot. Herrera still making his way back.
Aces it down the left side. Whistle. It's 2-on-2. With the foul against SAFC. Ball trickling through, diving to the ground so far, proving his merit. Trying to make it clean sheet number 13, and has been tested more in these last probably 5 minutes than all match.
Yeah, pretty routine saves for him though.
Yeah, not necessarily things that are coming, right at him, light of pace. You talked about the Lindley opportunity, but at least a high amount of activity.
Right. I mean, SAFC on that last ball that came in where he had to step in and grab it, they shouldn't have let that ball hit the ground. You can't let that bounce. They're very lucky that the striker wasn't able to get on the end of it.
Maybe final push for the Switchbacks. As Farr will grab it, lay on it. Whistle blows. So the magic number now down to 1. PC, the goal scorer, came in the 75th as he'll exchange a hug with Echevarria. Gritty match. It was a physical contest, much that we expected between these two teams. SAFC continues their dominant form. They've won 4 in a row. Lindley talking with Farr. So things now clearing up as San Antonio looking